What's going on, everybody? That's right, it's Ground Roots Outdoors, and I'm Aaron Morstead. Welcome to another video. We are going to do something a little different in this video, and it's probably going to be a two-part video because I want to revisit some questions and comments that you guys have made in my other videos. And I want to really get in it, and I really want to share with you guys some of the comments that I made personally to these people. And it dawned on me that if one person is asking the question, then multiple people are asking the question. Okay? Also, too, I told you guys that how the eye doctor helped me become a better hunter. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Okay? So, stay tuned. Let's go. All right, y'all, now we're back. So first of all, I want to do this, because in the video where I was sighting in my dad's brand new crossbow, the Logix from Killer Instincts 435. All right, we got it all sighted in, and now Dad's going to take his first shot. Which target you shooting at, Pop?
The same one, square.
Oh, the big white one? All right. I never thought in a million years that I'd be in this position, because you just don't think about stuff like that. You just take it for granted that your parents are going to be around, and you never have to worry about stuff like that, especially as strong as they are, being baby boomers and stuff. They're just that's what it is, and in the video, I broke it down where my dad's suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia, and I have found out that's in that generation, that's a big deal because it, for whatever reason. But guys, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I want to thank you for my dad. The overwhelming response and the wishes and the love that you guys showed to us on that. Guys, I appreciate you guys so much, and I never thought this community was going to be like that, because I'm still in shock that I'm almost at 1,600 subscribers. So the whole fact that this is where I'm at right now, huge. All right, but anyway, first of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for the care and the prayers and all that good stuff, and just thank you guys. I appreciate that very much. So let's get on with this. This is about how the eye doctor helped me, and this is about answering some of the questions that you guys have asked me in some of my videos, and I've answered you. And please forgive me, guys, if you've commented or you've asked questions and I never got back with you, I apologize, because that's the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys are answered. And I do notice that there are some questions that slip through the cracks for whatever reason. I don't get the messages, and I try to go back and I try to look to see if I've commented on things, and if I haven't. Now, I will say there's a couple of questions / comments that were made that I intentionally ignored you, and because I'm not, guys, in this day and age, there's too much crap going on, and I'm not going to buy into the negativity. Trust me. I'm a foster parent, adopted parent. I ain't got time for all that drama, and I'm a teacher. So, save it for your mamas. Anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. Let's get this going. Let's talk about the eye doctor and how the eye doctor helped me. Here we go. Now, you saw that chart, and a lot of you guys are going, what the heck is that? Okay, it looks like an eye chart, but half is red, half is green. And if you guys remember when I was shooting the Deepower crossbow nocks, check it out. That strobe's pretty cool. I told you guys, some of you guys have made comments as, oh, the Luminox brighter, and it may have been. It 100% may have been. Okay, my son even told me, but with that chart, when they do that, they want to see where you're at as far as like astigmatism. They want to see where you're at as far as your lenses and different things for eyeglasses and stuff like that. Thankfully, I don't need them. I've got 2018 vision, except for I'm old and I had LASIK done back when I was like 33, 34 years old, and my arms aren't long enough because I got to have reading glasses. You've seen that, okay? But anyway, but what that does is that shows you what your eyes are dominant to, because some people see greens better than reds, and some people see reds better than greens. And then you look at shades of those colors, like oranges and yellows, like the Luminok was orange, okay? And other people, they see the greens and blues and purples and stuff like that. They see that better. And it's not so much that what's brighter and what's not, it's more of what stands out more clearly. I see greens, blues, and purples more clearly. So when those strobe lights are flashing, believe it or not, the red, yellow, and orange, when it flashes those colors, I don't see that very well. However, what I do see is when it changes over to the purples, blues, and greens, that stands out to me. Okay, and that's probably why I tend to draw towards blue nocks, because I see blue a lot better. To me, I see blue a lot better. But anyway, like I said, go get your eyes checked. You should probably see, and they'll tell you which eye is more dominant. The red, what colors you see better. Okay, and that is important, especially when you're using lighted nocks. Okay, and to me, that nocturnal or that Luminok, when I walked up on it, it was like somebody was flashing a flashlight in my eyes, and I'm sitting there going like this. Okay, to me, that's no bueno to me. But that blue, I could see that real well. So there you go. That's how an eye doctor helped me. Next subject. Here we go. All right, y'all. So the next question that was brought up was from a gentleman named Scott Buffum. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm a teacher. I suck at names. I apologize. He had said when I was doing the Killer Instinct Luminex speed ring scope on my BearX Constrictor Pro, and I used that new way to sight it in. He said, hey, you need to let people know which way you turned it, your speed ring. Great comment, because you are right. I should have done that, and I didn't. I took it for granted. Now, it was set, that scope was set at like 435, because obviously that's just kind of the way it is. When you buy them, they come in hot, okay? And then you usually turn it down. So on the Killer Instinct, you have to go to the left to turn it down, okay? And so what you do is when you shoot, it doesn't matter whether you're doing it the new way like I showed you, where you shoot 20 yards and then you back up to 50 and you put your 20 on that top part of the target and you shoot down, and wherever it drops, you turn the speed ring until it hits, and then you micro adjust from there. Guys, even though the one thing I know about speed ring scopes, and if you can verify this with Rich Wilson over at Death by Bungee, speed ring scopes are subjective, okay? In other words, my Constrictor Pro is a 400 feet per second crossbow, but I turn that thing down to 405. And I know for a fact that my 450 grain bolt that's coming out of there is traveling at like 385, sub 390. 380, 385. Yeah, 380, 385, something like that, 387. Anyway, so why did it only go to 405? That's kind of curious. But anyway, I turned it to the left, turned it down, and there you go. Okay, so thanks, Scott. Appreciate you. Next question. So last question that we're going to answer on this one is, I've gotten overwhelming questions from a lot of people, and the last two people that asked the question, they really kind of got in there. It was DT8 and Keeley. And their questions were, how do you like the Logix, the Killer Instinct Logix 435? How does it compare to the BearX Impact CDXV, the 420? I'm going to tell you right now, I like the BearX because I like that bullpup platform. And somebody said, I'm reading here. Let's see, where was it at? Yeah, that thing is, there it is. The Logix seems long as night in jail, and that came from Twinning Sisters. Okay, yes, the Logix is stinking long. Okay, and I'm used to shooting that bullpup. I've been shooting the bullpup, with the Constrictor Pro and now the Impact. I've been shooting that, for 3 years now, 3-4 years, and have not shot a standard crossbow like that in a while. And so it is hard to get used to. I like the balance of a bullpup. I wish Killer Instinct, somebody said, somebody had made a comment, and I answered back, it's ridiculous because, it's the Twinning Sisters, said that, I mentioned, I don't understand why Killer Instinct got rid of their #1 selling crossbow, and that's the SWAT X1, and people are still going crazy on eBay and stuff like that, trying to find them and to see if they can pick them up. Because guys, that style, that SWAT X1, I don't understand why. I have zero idea why they got away from that style. And I seriously think that Killer Instinct needs to go back to that bullpup SWAT X1 style. But I think that they can get the faster speeds out of it. I really do. With the X cams, I'm going to tell you right now, dude, these X cams are amazing, because the one thing that separates my Logix from the BearX, the Logix is significantly quieter. Okay, the BearX Impact is a quiet crossbow. It is a quiet crossbow, but that Logix, it's, believe it or not, night and day. So if you pick up a Logix or you pick up any of those X-Cam bows from Killer Instinct, guys, you're going to get a quiet bow, and you're going to get a very effective bow. And yeah. And now some of you guys are going to say, well, you had that Field 415 and you blah, blah, blah. Guys, the 415, it was a manufacturing mess up. And Killer Instinct was going to make it right. They're still going to make it right. It's just, I'm so busy, I don't have time to make it right, if that makes sense. Okay, and so I've got to get it done. I don't have the time for it. I mean, being a teacher, being a foster parent, having kids in football and archery and stuff like that, I just don't have time. And so I'll get it eventually. But Killer Instinct is going to make it right. They said they would. They sent out the emails. I got the emails that said it. So there you go. So I've changed since that 415, Fuel 415 video, guys, I have changed my tune about Killer Instinct. And that's that. So that's a lot of information. And we've still got 5 or 6 questions that I got to answer. So stay tuned for part 2. If you like what you see, hit your thumbs up. If you like what you see and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and a little bell for notifications. That way you get all my videos. Yes, I'm in my classroom because we're getting ready to start school today. Oh, Lord help us. See you next time. Hey, real quick, everybody, if you got any questions or comments that you would like me to answer or go over in archery and crossbows and all that good stuff, and even land management, whatever, post them down in the comments below, and let's get this going before part 2. That way we got more questions. Let's do this.